Happy Wednesday, or actually it's probably going to be Thursday by the time this video is actually uploaded. Sorry about that. But today it's time for another live commentary, of course. On the left we're going to have Cassara, and on the right we're going to have Meinhardt. This is from the Shanghai Grand Prix. It's from the round of 8. I had a lot of requests actually to do the semifinal between Cassara and Cruz. Oh, spoiler alert, Cassara is going to win this bout. Sorry about that. But there's already commentary on that video, so I'm not going to. Sincerest apologies for that, but that's the way it is. Although the round of 8 bouts were pretty interesting as far as I know, so I'm probably going to do Yavador and Safin next, because I've never actually commentated a bout of that legendary Spaniard. And I've talked about Safin a lot, but that's besides the point. Let's get right into this bout. 3, 2, 1, go! So as I said, Cassara is going to be on the left. He's a pretty tall lefty Italian. I've talked about him quite a bit on this channel, so it should be pretty familiar. And of course, Meinhardt, I guess Mr. Consistent from the United States. He's been around for quite a while, competed at the 2008 Olympics, and is still kicking, despite having announced his retirement a couple of times now. Still very powerful in the international scene. So, I hope this bout's going to get underway. It's a pretty quick video, actually, so this should be fairly action-packed. I hope it's not completely one-sided, but I don't watch these before I commentate. As you know, it's totally freestyle. So, Cassara is here. Let's get this bout underway. Oh, come on, Cassara. Okay, here we go. So, Cassara, a little attack off the line. Garrick tries to finish twice, but Cassara gets away from it and asks for a halt. Okay, a little bit of a hiccup there to start things off. Garrick finishes long. Cassara manages to step in, and Garrick finds an off target as he steps past. Lots of infighting there to start things out. You wouldn't necessarily expect that considering how tall Cassara is, but he's got pretty good point control, so he's probably going to be unafraid of that close distance situation. And even there, Garrick kind of had to scramble to get past him safely. Easy march from Cassara. This is pretty standard for him, marching in 3 like most Italians do. And let's... Oh yeah, it does land the final counter post. Awesome. So that's going to be 1 point for him. Garrick hasn't really put on his huge bursts of speed that we come to associate with him. That should be parry post from the right. Andrea asks for a video review. Maybe he thought he got the blade there, but it looked pretty convincingly like Garrick's. There may have been 2 sounds, but I only heard 1. So I'm not sure if that was the best idea to go for video review that early on for that touch. We shall see. As always, I did not have access to the slow motion video. Replays of fencing with... Oh, yeah, the call's upheld. Replays of fencing where they actually show the slow motion is pretty rare. Again, 2 attacks off the line. Cassara manages to step in and find the riposte around Garrick's back. Not a bad target for lefty versus righty, but very interesting that he chose that instead of preem like he sometimes does in that situation. Okay, what's going on? Is Cipressa being Cipressa? Perhaps. That's the Italian coach as far as I know. Yes, Cassara's first one is either short or parried, and Garrick takes it over. 2-2. Pretty action-packed so far. 4 points in only a matter of seconds. That withheld march from Garrick is quite fast. Did Cassara step off the strip? Probably? I don't know. Cassara tries point a line to set something up and starts marching nice and easy. Again, that 3 position is pretty characteristically Italian. Wow, that is a weird line to finish, but it certainly worked. I think he came around to preem there at the very end, but that was right at the end. I'm surprised that turned a light on. That's very impressive. Garrick struggling for the blade and finds it with the foreflick. Now that's a pretty staple action for Garrick on his attacks. A lot of blade actions right there in the middle, though. It's kind of complicated to keep track of. Garrick tried a stop hit. That's very interesting. Stop hit against such a tall and an opponent who's able to finish very long is kind of dangerous there. Garrick with a cross step forward. It's quite fast, but that just lets Cassara find the blade. And again with the preem riposte. As I said before, that preem line is pretty much Cassara's bread and butter in close. Although he's clearly also capable of hitting other lines as well, without much trouble. Garrick marches. It's a pretty medium tempo march for Garrick usually. Maybe a little towards the fast side, but he's able to finish pretty easily from it. And again, that was more of like deep 4/prime. It's definitely on the inside, and it's kind of low from Cassara. Seems Garrick's having trouble defending that line. It may just be his distance. He could be giving Cassara a little bit more space. Trying to stand still in parry post against Andrea Cassara is not recommended. That is a nice tactic, though, that remise immediately. Cassara, don't think was quite ready to land his first riposte. Looks like he might also be cramping up, but that may be incidental. Ooh, Cassara misses. Garrick this time gets the stop hit stepping away, and it's almost delivered with the foreflick himself. So this is kind of interesting. A lot of times, lefty versus righty, it's more down to the actions on the outside. Like 3, 6, 8, that sort of thing. But here it's all about these foreflicks and prime for Cassara. And Garrick too. That's to the shoulder though. And already 7-5 in the first period. With 1 minute 49 to go. This is quite a fast bout. Oof. Cassara catches Garrick, not sure if he wants to step forward right away or not. Indecisiveness is going to get you killed really fast in a bout like this. Okay, blade contact incidental, so it goes to the beat attack left and it's off target. That hand signal actually with the 2 fingers crossed in the middle is getting more and more common. I'm not sure if they'll actually add it to the rules, but it's quite useful in parsing out calls like that in the middle. Kind of unlucky there for Cassara, because it looked like he almost missed the first one. Nice riposte there for Garrick though. Or remise of the riposte maybe. Cassara off the line, tries to scrunch up with the remise. He tried that, I think, a couple of times against Cruz, if I'm not mistaken. This time, though, Garrick is able to see it coming. Or perhaps he just has really good training. Probably both, honestly. He is quite good at fencing. Cassara marches, this time in 4. Transitions to that prime line at the very end, though, and again finds finds the target. That's really interesting that he's making that work against Garrick. That's not the first thing I would expect from him. Garrick stands still, and that one goes to Cassara. You've got to respect that distance, though. And down 7-10 is not the best of positions for Garrick to be in. He's got to keep working. He's holding his own, but there needs to be a solution here. Parry post. Again, that attack not quite convincing enough. And now, yeah, Garrick just isn't moving, man. This is kind of disappointing for him. He's normally a little bit quicker on his feet than this. Slow march from Garrick. Yeah. Not very continuous there. Cassara can't find a way through, though. Garrick's blade work is still very fast, but wow. Not sure how he converted that into a touch. It's kind of back and forth blade actions, and he just slipped through, I guess. What would the call there be? Probably attack right still? He didn't really pause, he just kind of slowed down. But maybe a little bit of a question. More marching from Garrick, still pretty slow this time. And because he's so slow, Cassara can get the stop hit and actually get away in time. Devastating. And Cassara is just about to win in the first period, with still a minute to spare. Unless Garrick can switch something, that's going to be counter post right, I'm pretty sure. Cassara really wants to argue that one, though, and the ref is going to go to the slow motion of his own accord. To me, that looked like Garrick's counter post, although maybe I'm just voting for the underdog here, or the fact that he's American, and so am I. But let's see. What is the call going to be? This call is absolutely critical. With 14, Cassara could basically just try some actions until he gets lucky. But this could allow Garrick back into the bout. We'll need to wait on the referee's decision. What's the call? Oh, the referee just throws it out. Wow. That is... no one ends up satisfied with that call. But perhaps it breaks Cassara's momentum, but wow. That is... I mean, I guess if he saw it in the slow motion that it was too close to call, then there's not much you can do, but Cassara was off the strip there. Yeah, Cassara's... It tends to happen with lefty versus righty, where you drift towards the outside line of the strip, so the side farther from the referee. It's quite hard. Ooh, Cassara fighting right at the end. Garrick can't find a way through, though. Finishes off target. Yeah, it can be hard for the referee to catch stepping off the strip like that. Let's see. Garrick continues to pressure. Cassara manages to get off the line, though. Marching in 4. Again, these pre-lines from Cassara have been absolutely deadly. We'll see if Garrick can defend, though. He can, and Cassara again steps right off the strip there. Cassara is one of those guys who will kind of bend the rules a little bit as best he can. Cassara cannot find the riposte, though, and Garrick gets a remise. He pumped his arm like 3 times there, but kind of lucky to get a light. Although he is finding a way back into this bout. That stop hit, though, Garrick has to be ready to finish. I still feel like his footwork hasn't been quite at the level that we expect from Garrick. He just hasn't been able to keep up with Cassara, especially with these attacks. Counter post, or attack is the call from the ref, from the right, off target. Another maybe attempted to counterattack. Oh, that is nice. This time it's Garrick who steps in. Looks like he took the blade in 6 and then switched over to Prix himself. That's kind of what Cassara was doing right back at him. Both stop, both go, I guess? Yeah, Garrick is probably right to ask for video there. I'd lean right on that one as well. Cassara, of course, a little disappointed. But we shall see. My guess is the referee will uphold that. If he couldn't make the call at the moment, the slow motion is probably not going to sway him either way. Although it's possibly Garrick's. Yep, both stop, both goes the call. Okay, Cassara still just needs to get lucky once, though. This is nail-biting situation for Garrick. Parry post off target. Yeah, Cassara's light was not on his first attack. What is Garrick going to do? Cassara throws that point line. Literally anything he could try right now could work. But again, Cassara steps off the strip. It's possible that he could start looking at a yellow card for stepping off the strip to avoid a touch. This is getting a little bit, little bit suspicious here for Cassara, because it seems that only really happens when Garrick's in danger of scoring. Again, he steps off the strip, though. The referee didn't see it that time. Who passed whom is the question here, because if Garrick was one doing the passing, he can't get a light. He can't get a point from it. But if Cassara was the one passing, then he potentially could. Looks like Garrick was. Beat attack or parry post? I'd probably say beat attack, right? And the referee agrees, I think? Yeah. Yes, he does. Cassara tries a long attack off the line, misses though, and Garrick just turns another light on. Cassara's almost giving his lead away here, trying to just find the one action to work. And now you can see Garrick's footwork is a little bit better. Okay, so it's probably Cassara's. I'm not gonna lie, that looked like his parry post. But again, if it's gonna win the bout for him, no reason not to ask for a video right there. Cassara looks a little bit ticked off. Not necessarily an uncommon situation for him to be in, but I don't know. Given the interactions currently happening on the strip, it's possible that the referee could actually overturn that call. You never know. I didn't hear what the referee said. I think he said attack no counterattack touche. Okay, yep, attack no counterattack touch, and that's the bout. Sorry for spoiling it earlier. Garrick is probably a little disappointed at that result. Man, I feel like his footwork wasn't really up to its usual standard there. He just wasn't really able to keep up with Cassara on a lot of those fast marching actions. And it was not Cipressa who was Cassara's coach that time. I was wrong. Apologies for that. But that's going to be this bout. Of course, Cassara is going to go on to have an epic bout against Richard Cruz, but I'm not going to commentate that one, and I've already seen it anyway, so you may as well stop asking for it. I'm really sorry. But I think next we'll do another round of 8 bout from this, unless someone wants to suggest something that's also really epic. I don't have any bouts lined up from other people, so feel free to leave any recommendations you have in the comments. And, oh yeah, another little update. Toldo versus Chung is very, very close to being done, but I'm currently in the middle of finals. So might be a little bit until I actually get that out. I was hoping to get it out before, but studying is a little bit more important. Although sometimes I really wish it weren't. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and until next time, stay sharp.